you won't count $1 million. Imam Muhammad, in about the amount of time it's going to take me to say, he gathered 500 of his following, which ain't even the percentage of the full following, and asked them to come collectively and put your monies together so we can make a purchase. We're going to start with 500 equal partners owning $2,000 each. And they had $1 million. So you know what I told them? You'd never hear them say this about the mosque heads. Not talking about Brother David. He already said it. But the average one of them. I told him, I said, you know what? I heard David pointing out millionaires. I said, okay. My conscience wouldn't allow me to sit there and not speak what was on my mind. I said, you all, if you millionaires, I said the average one of us that's employed can save $2,000 and once a year give the Muslim Business Group, if David is true to his word, he said that he want to build mosques and schools and institutions, Islamic learning institutions. I said, y'all should give him $2,000 a year. And it shouldn't be just 500 of them. I said, if you gave him 500 of you all gave him $2,000 a year, he would have $1 million a year. CPC lasted 15 years. You would have $15 million in 15 years. So I don't listen to the hypocrites when they're talking about what they got, what contracts they just signed, and how much money so-and-so and how much development this and that person got. What they do? I hear that on the streets all the time, what they got. And they get in their car and drive home with all their fancy clothes on and their fancy car with the jewelry on, and they walk right into their projects, their roach-infested home, and lay in their raggedy, dirty bed, and then get back up the next morning and put them shiny clothes on again, look down their nose at me, and talking about what they got. What you donate to the mosque cares? What have you given to support our collective effort? That's like telling me about what the church got down the street. Talking about, and if you got so much, how come it ain't on the front cover of the Muslim Journal? So I didn't have much time, so I made it short, and I told them, I said that the circumstances we have ain't going to change until we wake up out of this fantasy world that we live in. I saw a movie. I'm not going to call that movie out because I don't want people to think I'm that moved by a movie. But I was thinking about this movie after it was over, and I said, you know what? I said, if you ask the average one of us, African-American people, look for one of us that's poor on welfare, just struggling, trying to get out of that circumstances, find a better life for himself, do better for himself, and you find the most wealthy one. Maybe he's control of business and making millions. We got millions. We even got African-American billionaires. Any of them. And every single one of us in between. And you ask them, hey, man, are you jealous or envious of white folks that own like that? You know that dude, I heard he owned that entire state. Every business you drive down for miles, every street you go up, he owned that bank over there, that Caucasian, and that tower. He owned that skyscraper. He built 3 of them. He built some more in the other state across there. He owned that network, that multi-million-dollar, $1 trillion of money come through there. And the average one of us, without batting an eye, would say, no, I ain't jealous. And you know why we say that? It's because we believe in our hearts that's for the white man. That ain't for us. That's the way it's supposed to be. The master can run everything. He controls everything. So instead of us facing the reality and believing and trying to compete with him, we can't compete with him because we ain't supposed to compete with him. You understand? And instead we internalize and then turn our jealousy on our brother. And we put on some that the man that sold us wholesale. Everything we got, we bought it from somebody else, ain't African American, and we look down our nose at our brother because his shoes don't shine as bright as mine today. You know, that's us. We need a reality check, and and I don't know if it's gonna help because we so sick inside that we're gonna continue to hate each other. I can bank on that. I hate to be a negative person. My mother sitting back there, she used to always say that you too negative. I try to live in a world of reality. That's the reality. The reality is that you can't get to the positive until you deal with the negative. Right? And that's what we was taught? That a Muslim starts out with a negative, and then you come into the positive, you say no God but the one God. Right? Yeah, and Muhammad is his messenger. So that's the That's the thing I left with them. Room full of black millionaires. I shouldn't. I want to say more, but I don't like to make people believe that I'm trying to single them out and insult them. But it was an excellent program, and we enjoyed ourselves. I was interviewed by a brother that they said interviewed my father once about the mosque case. He asked a few questions that were pertinent to things that are going on in time now. And I'm not going to keep everybody here because I've been on the gone since Friday. And I told the brother on the way here, I said, Imam Muhammad, we used to leave one place, get off the plane, and I got jet lag, I want to go to sleep. He get off, come do a speaking engagement like this, and get on another plane and go somewhere else and spend 2 or 3 days there and come back. And that's dedication. That's a mercy and a blessing. And what brought that to mind is that the interviewer, one of the things he asked me, I'm sharing it with y'all, was about the bombing. And in short, I let him know that those people, that as a community collectively, we would view that as an insult to us as Muslims and a hurt, and it even helps to divide us and to bring up old wounds of racism. Because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't seen no African American terrorists yet, and them look like a couple of white boys to me, as far as I'm concerned. But we not racist. We just have experienced a lot of hurt from former slave masters' children, psychological hurt that we still deal with. And then we Muslims, we free, we men standing on our own 2 feet and wanting to share the blessings and mercy Allah has given us with the rest of the world. And then here we come, we got to explain some mess that we couldn't be further from if we tried. That we don't even know where that come from. But then at the same time, as a man and as an American, I sympathize with the circumstances because our children are killing each other wholesale in the ghettos and in the poor neighborhoods, and all because we don't have the proper leadership in the homes. The family structures broke down, so popular culture is guiding them. And I'm not trying to make any excuses for the young men, but I hear that the environment and the culture was helping to steer them, and I'm sure some wicked people also steered them to the mindset that they had. And that's what negative culture and negative environment without guidance can do to you. It can, if you don't put something, this is what the wise Imam from Masjid Ibn Sa'id said. He said that if you don't have something, somebody can tell me word for word, he said, if you don't have...
If you're not thinking about anything,
yeah,
then this society will give you a mind.
Right. If you're not thinking about nothing, if you ain't got nothing on your mind, this society would give you a mind. And that's what you see in the streets. The people listen to the gangster rap, and they think if I'm going to be a big black man, I got to be the lowest down, dirtiest criminal that you see walking. And that's my worth, self-worth. So they were thinking if I want to feel some self-worth, I should be a terrorist, like the one, not like the one I was raised or groomed by, because their parents said, his father said they wasn't around their parents. The parents didn't make them that way. So they were mimicking something that was projected on them from something outside of the family structure, because the family was outraged. The family looked like they didn't want to kill them themselves, Yeah, the uncle, at least the one I saw. And that's what my father said. He said, if it was one of my children, I'd put them out of their misery. That's what Imam Deen said. And I would want him to. I'd be like Abraham, Ishmael, I'd be like his son. I say, Daddy, Allah told you to do that, take me. Alhamdulillah. Because that's how that's the kind of love family has. Family's looking at the future, not the individual, and not the circumstances, the selfish circumstances that pull them. That's another thing I told him. I said, this generation out here, that's our leadership, that we can't get to give us no support unless they get it from, I guess they ain't giving no support. I'm just hoping. The majority of them not giving support, and they say they call them the baby boomers, right? Remember the baby boomers? And the baby boomers also called the